Hello, YouTube. My name is Samantha, Sam though, because that's cooler, and I'm going to be talking about probably a very controversial subject, which is drugs. I'm going to be talking about my personal experiences with them and stuff, and quitting, and how I'm dealing with quitting, and advice on how to quit and stay quit, and stuff like that. And just keep in mind that my experiences and your experiences are probably not going to be exactly the same, because everyone's different and everyone likes and dislikes different things, you know. My drug of choice may not be your drug of choice, because maybe I have fun in it but you don't, or maybe yours I hate but you like, you know. So this is just my experiences, and if you don't have anything nice to say, or you don't like drugs or anything, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. This video is for people who have done drugs and who are quitting, because that's what I'm doing. I'm quitting. This is not yay drugs. It's not, I don't have it's kind of an objective video, I guess you could say. I'm not saying they're bad and I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying what I did with them and how I'm quitting. That's it. Okay? Anyway, so let's get started. Also, this is a very long, probably, I haven't really thought it out very well, but it's probably going to be a very long and personal video and story. So just keep that in mind if you're going to write a hate comment. You know, this is a very personal subject, and the only reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I think that maybe it could help someone who, you know, feels like they have no one to understand them. Because I know for sure that the fact that I can talk to, like, my best friend about it, and the fact that she's already been through it, and that she can tell me her stories and stuff, it definitely makes me feel a lot better, because I feel like I'm not the only one out there who's ever experienced this and who's ever struggled with this. And obviously I'm not. There's so many people out there who struggle with drugs and stuff like that, and it's very hard and it's very stressful, and quitting is very stressful. But I guess if you don't have anyone in your personal life who you can talk to about it, you know, you can always message me, and I'll always be up to talk to anyone. Anyway, I'm gonna start now. It's been about, I think, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, I haven't been keeping track, but since I quit, and hi Jessie, hi, you want to say hi? My cat wants to say hi. Oh, say hi. Oh, you're camera shy, are you? Anyway, yeah, since I quit, it's been about a week and a half or so, I think. And, you know, the thing about addiction is you don't even know you're addicted until you already are. You don't see it coming whatsoever. You know, one minute you're perfectly fine and you're like, no, I just do it for fun. I can quit. Like, I don't ever have cravings or anything. I'm fine. And then, you know, the next, maybe a couple days later even, like, you don't even see it coming, and all of a sudden it's like, I need that. Like, that's all I can think about. And for me, I didn't realize that I was addicted until I actually tried to quit, because it was my second time quitting. So I've done them before and stopped, and that was perfectly fine. And just so you know, the drug that I personally did a lot was speed, which is amphetamines, which just makes you really hyper, and your heart beats, and you just want to jump around and run around, and you talk a lot. You talk and talk and talk, and can make the shyest person be the most outgoing person in the world. And I think that's one of the reasons why I probably like them so much, was because I'm a very shy person, and it takes me very long to get to actually be comfortable with someone enough to let them see my true self. Usually I'm very quiet and reserved, and I don't say much when meeting strangers, depending on what kind of mood I am in, but for the most part, I'm shy. So, you know, it makes me outgoing, and it makes me talk, and it gives you this, like, feeling of confidence, you know? Like, you look in the mirror, and you'd normally, if you're not that confident of a person, you'd normally see yourself and be like, ugh, I look like shit, you know? Like, you don't like your appearance, but then when you do these, you're like, you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, I'm so hot, you know? Like, look at my hair, and you don't eat. It makes you lose your appetite. They do. So you can go days without eating and you never feel hungry. Food is just like, why would I eat that? Like, I don't want that, you know? So you lose a lot of weight too, and that's one thing that can be very harmful, because you get addicted to losing weight, and that's another reason why you don't want to quit. So because if you quit, you have to start eating like a normal person, and then you're not going to be super skinny and bony anymore, and it probably isn't healthy, and it's not healthy, and it's probably not attractive to be that skinny, but in your mind, it is, and it's hard. So I quit once, and it was really easy, and I had no problem, and the second time I tried quitting, that's when it got really hard, because, you know, I don't really know, I don't think like amphetamines have physical withdrawal symptoms. Like, you don't have to go through that like you do with heroin or anything like that, but you do have like mental, you know, like withdrawal symptoms, I guess you could say, where you want it. And I had a bag still with some crushed up like speed in it, and I'd have that bag, and I'd just, you know, when it got really bad, I'd actually take the bag out of my book bag or whatever, and I'd just stare at it, and I'd be like, oh, I want to do it, but I shouldn't, and it was just this, like, battle, and I'd put it back away, and I'd be like, no, I can't. You don't feel like anyone would understand, and especially your parents, right? Especially if you have strict parents who are, like, right, straight edge, don't do shit like that kind of thing, then you think you really can't tell them, like, they'd freak, right, and you'd get grounded for life and all this shit, and if you're older, then you wouldn't get grounded, but, like, maybe you still think you shouldn't tell your parents, and I thought that too, but I told my mom, and I told her everything, and, you know, surprisingly, unlike her usual self, she was very understanding, and she didn't judge me, she didn't even really say much, she just let me talk, and she just listened, and that's what I really needed, you know, was to get it off my chest, to just put it out there, like, this is what I've been doing, and I need help, I'm addicted, and just admitting it was hard, but as soon as you do admit it, you feel so much better, because you're like, now I realize I actually do have a problem, so I can work on fixing it. And so I do recommend, if you are addicted and stuff, and even if you do have a best friend to tell, I'd still recommend telling your parent, a parent, not both, maybe the one you're closer with, or maybe the one you live with, because that's the one who's dealing with you the most. But I bet you 9 times out of 10 that they're not going to judge you very much. I mean, obviously they're going to be disappointed, right? But because they know that this is something that's very hard for you, and something that you've been going through, and so they just want to be there for you. You're their child. They just want to make you feel okay. And, you know, I apologized to her. I was like, I'm sorry for putting you through this. I know this is hard on you, but I really need support right now. And, you know, she hugged me and was like, I'm always here for you and stuff. And anyway, so even if you feel like you can't tell them, I think you still should, because you'll probably be surprised by how they react. I guess I didn't really say much about my experience, just blabbing on about quitting and stuff, but yeah, I did a lot of speed, and I got really skinny. I was very unhealthy, didn't sleep much, you know, dark bags, just these dark eyes, because I never slept, because you don't sleep on speed. And I did E, which, wasn't my favorite, but mixing E with speed felt amazing. Everyone has their own drug of choice, and, mine's liquor, actually. That's what I usually like. The first time I quit speed, I just became a huge alcoholic and drank basically every night. When I wasn't drinking, when I was like at home, actually not doing anything, like just watching TV, that's when I got depressed, because, the only time I was happy was when I was getting drunk. And I guess maybe that was why it was so easy for me to quit the first time, because I just switched from one drug to another. So I didn't have, the whole sober thing to deal with. And that's the hardest thing for people who are dealing with addictions and stuff and just doing drugs and whatever, is being sober. Is why would you be sober when you can be drunk or high? Yet I never ever paid for my drugs, ever. Maybe it's easier because I'm a girl than it is for you if you are a boy, and I never had sex to get drugs. People always offer it to me, it's just, they're always there. They're always like, want some? You want to do some with me and stuff? And, I never did anything bad, to get it. It just always came free. And, that song by Ed Sheeran, whatever, Angels to Fly, where they say the worst things in life come free to us, it's true. They do. And that's why it's so easy to do it, because there's so many people who'll share with you. And, druggies are sad. They don't want to get high by themselves. They don't want to get drunk by themselves. That's boring and that's sad, and you just sit there and be sad. They want a friend to do it with, and that's why, I was always that friend. Me and my best friend, we'd always join them and get it for free, and they'd be like, thanks for getting high with me, and we'd be like, well, thanks for sharing. So I'm still going through the process of quitting, and it's still really hard, but it's getting easier. The one thing that I'm experiencing that's really annoying, though, is the hard time breathing. It's from stress. If you've ever had a panic attack, then you know that feeling right before you go full out panic attack, because panic attacks, they go, this is like normal, right? And they go worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and then they have a peak. And then once you reach that peak, generally it goes down and you get better and better and better. Well, when you're constantly stressed and constantly just really, really stressed, I guess, it can affect you physically, not only mentally. And what I've been going through is, before that peak in the panic attack, right when you're here, you're not normal, but you're here. Your breathing is, kind of, you can feel it coming on, but it's not bad yet. You can ignore it. It's it's there, but it's not. Well, for me, it's a constant there, a constant, I can't really breathe, but I'm okay kind of thing. It's just I have to take deep breaths a lot, just sit there and go, as if I've just finished running, and I can't breathe. That's what it's like, and you'll get that sometimes, and you get stress headaches right in the front, between your eyes almost. That's what it feels like. It's just this pain right there, and it's called a stress headache. Probably I get cramps in my belly too, and things like that, and dizziness. There's all kinds of physical symptoms of stress, and when you get that, you need to really chill out and relax and realize that you're okay. But the one thing that I definitely recommend when you are quitting drugs is weed, marijuana, grass, that. I know there are people who say weed's a drug, but in my opinion, it's a plant. It's, how can a plant that grows naturally in the ground be a drug? You know, they don't do anything with it, they just dry it out and then you smoke it, and that's that. And as far as I know, there's no negative side effects, physically anyway, you can't die from smoking weed. You can't overdose on weed. It just doesn't happen. I'm totally pro-weed, marijuana. It actually, when you, like, for me anyway, when I was doing drugs, I didn't really smoke weed that much. I did once in a while I was doing something else, though. And it wasn't exciting like it used to be, you know, like when you first start smoking weed, and that's the only thing you do, and it's so exciting, and you just want to smoke weed every day, like get high all the time. That feeling goes away when you start doing other stuff, you know, like it's why would I smoke weed when I can take a pill? If you're quitting, though, go back to being a huge stoner, because it makes you feel 10 times better. It totally de-stresses you. You can just chill and relax, and I was having mood swings galore after I quit for the first couple of days, and then my friend, she was like, you know, trust me, I've been through this, I know that you just need to get stoned. So come over and we'll get stoned. So I was like, you know, also when you're quitting, you don't want to go out of the house. You just want to stay inside, and you think like, oh, I just have a bad feeling about going out. Like, I just don't think it's going to be fun, and I just don't feel like it. And you have to force yourself to go out, but I don't mean go out and do more drugs. I mean, go out and have a good time without drugs. Just weed. Or just, you know, not even anything maybe, but weed definitely helps. But just go out and have a good time and realize that you can have fun without it. And also that when you're feeling like this, you need friends, you need support, and not your druggy friends. You have to leave those people behind. And you need to get friends who don't do it, and friends who can be there for you while you're quitting. Because if you hang out with people who you used to hang out with, you're not gonna quit. It's just not gonna happen. They're gonna give you some, and you're not gonna want to say no. You're not strong enough to say no yet. That's the thing. You need to stay away from it until you're strong enough. Yeah, the first time I smoked weed after quitting, you know, like, I didn't really even think it was gonna do that much. I was like, I've smoked weed before, like, it's not gonna change my mood, whatever. But I did, and oh my god, did it ever change my mood. I was so happy. So bubbly and giggly, and it's like the first time you smoke weed pretty much. You're just so happy, and it helps a lot. So this video is really long, and I guess I didn't really tell much about my personal story, but there's not really much to be said. Just that I, did speed and E and drank a lot and partied every night for a while, since August, and I just quit a week ago. So I lost a lot of weight, got real skinny. I'm still really skinny, but I've been eating like a normal person, and I've definitely gained some fat on my bones, which also another thing when you're quitting, you know, and you start eating again, you're gonna feel so depressed about the fact that you're gaining weight, if you do. If you don't, that's cool, but if you do, I felt it. And it's gonna make you be like, I don't want to quit, because I'm getting fat, you know, like I'm gaining weight and stuff. And you just need to realize that, A, you're not getting fat, you're getting normal, because right now, you're sticks and bones, and you could stand to gain a few pounds, I mean. And 2, if you're scared of gaining too much weight, then go the healthy route, man. Munch on veggies and fruits and things that are healthy but aren't gonna, you know, be fattening, don't have calories, you know, like a salad. If you don't have fattening sauce and stuff, you know, like if you just have a salad, a plain salad, that has like no calories in it, barely, and it's so good for you too, you know, so just do that. And just remember that every single one of you is beautiful or handsome, I don't know, depending on if you're a guy or girl, in your own way, and no one has the right to make you feel like shit, not even yourself. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And if you need anything at all, if you just need someone to talk to, you know, you can message me on YouTube, or you can go on my Tumblr, and I make a lot of text posts about my quitting and stuff, so if you need someone to relate to, you can read those and stuff. I always put the link to my Tumblr down below. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope that this helped someone. If this video helped at least one person, then my job here is done. And again, if you don't have anything nice to say, please just don't say anything at all, because I don't want to hear it. The only reason why I made this video was because I wanted to reach out to people who are in the same situation as I am. I'm not saying I'm pro-drugs, and I'm not exactly saying I'm against them either. I think it all depends on the person, and if you do it responsibly and know your facts. Don't ever do drugs without knowing your facts, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not stating my opinion here, and I'm not saying drugs are good, by all means, because they're very bad for you. I just wanted to, I guess, reach out. Anyways, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna stop. And thank you for watching. I hope my extensions are coming soon. I might have a video on them soon. Bye, guys. P.S. Forgot to mention this, but it just came to me. Another thing that I have that I would recommend doing is finding hobbies that are good for you, healthy, and aren't physically harming, which is drawing, writing, YouTube, I don't know, Tumblr, anything, you know what I mean? But definitely finding a hobby really helps, especially exercise, you know, because that is really good for you and is definitely can uplift your mood a lot. And it just depends on the person you are, I guess, but I'm a creative person, so, you know, for me, like, Tumblr helps a lot because you can look at pictures and stuff, and blogging and whatever, and YouTube, looking at videos of things that you're interested in. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be this, like, big thing, like join a club or anything, but just focus your attention off of drugs and bad things and focus instead on good, healthy, feel-good things that are, like, good for you, though. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it.